You know, I mean, it's about twice as thick.
Yes. Yes. Well, they have those Pilates mats that are twice as thick.
Oh, yeah. Better than nothing.
This is true.
Oops, got a little box.
How's everything with you, Edna?
Pretty good.
Good.
Yeah, pretty good. I had my first ever cortisone shot.
Oh, really?
Your shoulder?
In my shoulder,
I
yeah.
had 2 of them last fall.
I had
November.
hurt my shoulder about a year and a half ago. And I kind of kept babying it, but it
Yeah, I had a year and a half ago too. Just done it before harvest, I think. Then Monday I fell on the ice.
Oh,
I
no.
was getting out of my truck, I backed up the auger to move it, and, you know, right on the driveway, I just slipped, banged, and, you know, on my shoulders. It made them sore, and behind my arm right here. Somehow I must have hit the door or something,
Oh,
really
sure.
sore.
Yeah, so I have made an appointment, and where my husband goes for his knees and hip, doctor's here and the shoulder doctor's here, so I went to the shoulder doctor. And he said, well, let's start out with cortisone and therapy and see. So I start therapy tomorrow.
Interesting. I
Yeah,
wonder,
it is.
I wonder what they'll have you do for
Me too,
therapy.
I'm kind of interested. I only have to go twice a week and then see how long the cortisone shot lasts. Because hey, I'm all for that.
Did it do the job?
Yes, it's not hurting.
No, mine
It's
did
not
good too
good.
until I fell.
But
yeah.
I'm gonna be careful with it. I'm not gonna, we had a friend who had a cortisone shot and it worked, but then he abused it and he hurt it worse because it didn't hurt. So he went back to his old ways, and then by the next time, so I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Because I don't wanna have any surgery if I don't have to.
Oh, God, no.
Well,
So-
when I got mine, I was telling the rheumatologist doctor, or nurse practitioner, I says, 2 years ago, you had them x-rayed, and I see on the portal, it said they had severe arthritis in both AC joints. She said, yeah, at some point you'll probably get them replaced.
Yeah, it's, yeah, he told, and Rod was already doing it from all his knees and hips, but he said at our age, we should be taking vitamin D3
T3.
with, I think, 5,000 IUs a day. So it's just one little capsule a day. Rod was already taking it. So he said, I can feel bone deteriorate. I can see bone deterioration, so you need to take it too. So you can buy it at Walmart. It's cheap. It's a cheap vitamin. So I'm like, okay. So and Rod was already taking it. It was his doctor. I'd already put him on it from his knees and hip. So he said, well, you start taking it too. Okay. So yeah, that's just
Maybe I should do that too.
vitamin D3.
Huh.
So
And you said 5,000?
5,000, and in one capsule is the requirement, and it's only once a day. So it's a little gel cap. So it's a pretty easy little pill to take. It's not very big. So
I should do that too.
yes, you should. Yeah, it certainly won't hurt.
I asked my rheumatologist if Bean's mom had osteoporosis, it's a chance I can get it. She says, do you want to know why I was taking vitamin D or calcium? I says, no. And I don't know, she didn't really prescribe it, but I thought I could, but I think I got to go to Tony Friday, so get my blood test, I'll see what the level, I mean, there's no sense taking it if your levels is all right.
Yep.
True.
Yep.
So did they tell you to take the calcium too, or just the D3?
Just the D3. He said, just take the D3. So I said,
Take
okay.
calcium too?
I take a daily vitamin which has calcium in it, but I don't take it extra. So, so I started taking the D3 too. So
I should do that because
yes, you should.
I noticed some stiffness in my
Sure.
shoulders and in my hips. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
getting there too.
Yeah, that's right. So it won't hurt. I don't think it'll hurt. So
Mom had that, you know, and she took them for table shots, and that rebuilt her bone, but then she had to quit because it started bothering her arthritis. Well, then she was taking the Prolia shots. And right before she died, it was doing so good, they was going to take her off of it.
Huh.
Because that Prolia is supposed to keep it where you, after you got it built back up, was to keep it there, and it was doing the job.
Huh. Well, that's good to know too.
Yeah. All the little things we learn as we get older.
This is true. Now, if I could only have known these things like when I was 20, the things I would have done different and better, and yep, but it doesn't work that
But
way.
it doesn't, no, it doesn't.
It's fun being a pain all the time.
Well, thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
And then Amanda, who usually comes, is not going to come. She has car difficulties
Oh,
today.
does she?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Taking our breath in and out. And another breath in and out. And when you're ready, taking your arms up overhead and leaning off to the right side. Letting that bottom hand fall away and stretching out. Bringing both hands back to heart center. Again, our breath in and out. Taking our arms up overhead and leaning to the left side. Letting that bottom hand fall away and stretching out. Turning both hands back to heart center. Again, our breath in and out. We'll take this left hand to our right knee. Right hand travels around behind, overlooking the right shoulder. And as you exhale, slowly turning your torso and seeing if you might be able to look behind you. And coming back to center. Again, our breath. We'll take that right hand to our left knee. Left hand travels around behind, overlooking the left shoulder. And as you exhale, again, slowly turning your torso and seeing if you might be able to look behind you on the other side. And returning back to center. Again, our breath. We'll take our legs wide, stretching out. Right hand to the right ankle, taking the left arm over top. Bringing that left hand down to our right toes. Right hand to our right toes. And exhaling down, bringing our nose as close as we can to that right knee. Inhaling up, left hand, left ankle, taking the right arm over top. Bringing that right hand down to our left toes, left hand to our left toes, and exhaling down, again bringing our nose as close as we can to that left knee. Inhaling up, stretching wide, left fingers, right toes, again exhaling down. Inhaling up, stretching wide, right fingers, left toes, exhaling down. Inhaling up, stretching wide, left fingers, right toes, and exhaling down. Inhaling up, stretching wide, right fingers, left toes, exhaling down. Inhaling up, stretching our arms wide, bringing those elbows in, right forearm over the left, connecting our fingers, and returning our torso off to the right, returning to center, and turning our torso to the left, coming back to center, As you exhale, thinking about dropping those elbows down to the mat. Maybe resting our forearms on the mat. Perhaps touching our forehead to our fingertips. Inhaling up, stretching our arms wide, bringing those elbows in. Whichever one we didn't put on top the last time, is it the left one on top? Oh my goodness. Turning our torso off to the right. Coming back to center. And turning our torso to the left. Coming back to center. And as you exhale, thinking about dropping those elbows again down to the mat. Maybe resting your forearms on the mat. Perhaps touching your forehead to your fingertips. And inhaling up, bring both legs together. Here's our forward fold. Inhaling up, bending the right knee, putting that right ankle on top of the left thigh, and reaching forward for the left toes. Taking both legs long, again our forward fold. Inhaling up, bending the left knee, putting that left ankle on top of the right thigh and reaching forward for the right toes. Taking both legs long again for that forward fold. Here we're going to put our legs in that butterfly position, so we're bending our knees, putting the soles of our feet together, letting our knees and our thighs drop out to the side, bringing those hands to heart center, and rolling back, resting our backs on the mat. We'll bring both hands down on either side of our hips, pushing the soles of our feet together, down with the palms of our hand, and twisting our back sides up, off the mat, and holding. Bringing our back sides down, letting our knees and thighs drop out to the side, bringing those hands to heart center, and slowly rolling up. Coming back into that seated position. We're going to stretch both arms off then in the direction of that right knee, stretching out to that right side. We'll drop both hands down to the floor and bring our nose a little closer to that right knee. Returning our hands to heart center, and we're going to stretch both arms off the direction of that left knee. Dropping our hands down to the floor, bringing our nose a little closer to that left knee. Returning our hands to heart center. And again, we're rolling back. Resting our back on the mat. Separating our palms, letting them drift down to the mat. Pushing the soles of our feet together, down with our hands, boosting our back sides up off the mat and holding. Bringing those back sides down to the mat, letting our knees and our thighs drop out to the side. Bringing those hands to heart center. And once again, slowly rolling up. Coming back into that seated position. We'll take both arms off in the direction of that right knee, stretching off to the right. Separating our palms, letting them drift down to the floor. Bringing our nose a little closer to that right knee. Bringing our hands back to heart center. Another breath. And we're going to stretch both arms off in the direction of that left knee. Letting our palms drift down to the floor, bringing that nose a little closer to that left knee. Once again, bringing our hands to heart center. And last time, we're rolling back, lifting our back on the mat. Bring those hands down on either side of our hips, pushing our soles of our feet together, pushing down with our feet, down with our hands, bringing our backsides up off the mat and holding. Resting our backsides down on the mat, letting our knees and our thighs drop off to the side. Once again, bringing those hands to heart center and slowly rolling up back into that seated position. We're going to take both arms off in the direction of that right knee, reaching off to the right. Separating our palms, letting them drift down to the floor, bringing our nose a little closer to that right knee. Bringing our hands to heart center. Another breath. We're going to take both hands and arms off the direction of that left knee. Letting our palms drift down to the floor. Bringing my nose a little closer to that left knee. And once again, bringing those hands to heart center for our breath. This time we're going to reach forward, stretching forward, dropping our fingertips down to the mat, walking those fingers forward as we bring our nose a little closer to our toes. Turning our hands heart center. When you're ready, reaching forward again, stretching forward. Separating our fingertips, letting them drift down to the mat, walking them forward as we bring our nose a little closer to our toes. Again, bringing those hands heart center. Once more time, we're extending our arms forward, letting those fingers drift down towards the mat and bringing our nose a little closer to our toes. As we come out, we're heading into our tabletop position, hands and knees. Starting in that cow position with our head up, relaxing our back. Here's cat, inhaling, tucking my head, arching my back, pulling my tummy up. Exhaling around, back to cow. Cat again, inhaling, tucking my head, arching my back, pulling my tummy up. Exhaling back around into cow. And we'll do one more cat. Here we go, tucking our head, arching our back, pulling our tummy up. And exhaling back around into cow. Taking that breath in and out. We'll cross that right knee in front of the left. Leaving that right palm down, rotating, taking the left arm up overhead. Bringing that left hand down, rotating, taking the right arm up overhead. And here we're just going to go back and forth, stretching that left arm up, bringing the left palm down, right arm up. And then just back and forth, as fast or as slow as you want to go. Stretching one arm up, and then the other. Replacing our hands back on the mat. That right knee is in front of the left. We're taking the right arm underneath the left, Right shoulder's headed down to the mat. Taking the left arm all the way forward. And if you choose, rotating that left shoulder, taking the arm and fingers up towards the ceiling. Placing our palms down, straightening my arms, taking this left arm underneath the right, left shoulder's headed down to the mat, taking the right arm all the way forward. And if you choose, rotating that right shoulder, taking the arm and fingers up towards the ceiling, placing my palms down, straightening my arms. I'm exhaling down onto my forearms, exhaling down again, dropping my forehead onto the mat, stretching those arms out long in front of me. Slowly rolling up, taking those arms up, overhead. Bringing our forehead back down to the mat, stretching those arms out long in front of us. Slowly rolling up, taking those arms up, overhead. And bringing that forehead down to the mat, stretching those arms out long in front of us. And one more time, we're rolling up, taking those arms up, overhead. Bringing our hands down to the mat, unwinding, coming back into our table. For a breath in and out. Then we're going to cross that left knee in front of the right, leaving that left palm down, rotating, taking our right arm up, overhead. Bringing that right hand down, rotating, taking that left arm up, overhead. And then we're just gently switching back and forth, taking that right arm up, bringing it down, left arm up, bringing it down, and back and forth. Stretching one arm up, and then the other. Going back and forth. Placing our palms down again, straightening our arms. We're headed for threading the needle. Left arm underneath the right. Left shoulder's headed down to the mat. And take that right arm all the way forward. If you choose, rotating the right shoulder, taking the arm and fingers up towards the ceiling. Placing my palms down, straightening my arms. I'll take this right arm underneath the left. Right shoulder's headed down to the mat. Taking that left arm all the way forward. And if you choose, rotating that left shoulder, taking the arm and fingers up towards the ceiling. Placing my palms down, straightening my arms. Exhaling down onto my forearms. And exhaling down again, dropping my forehead onto the mat. And stretching those arms out long in front of me. I'm slowly rolling up, taking those arms up, overhead. Bringing my forehead down to the mat, stretching those arms out long in front of me. Slowly rolling up, taking those arms up, overhead. Bringing my forehead down to the mat, stretching those arms out long in front of me. And one more last time, I'm rolling up, taking those arms up, overhead. Bringing those hands down to the mat, unwinding. Coming back into my table, hands and knees. A breath in and out. We'll think about putting our head on the mat, stretching those arms long behind us, maybe interlacing my fingers, lengthening my arms and rolling my shoulders back. Coming back into my table,
I'm going to the restroom.
hands and knees. We'll stretch that right arm all the way out in front and bring that left leg out behind us. Bending my left knee, drawing that right elbow back, connecting with my knee. Stretching out, right arm, left leg. Bending that left knee, drawing that right elbow back, connecting. Stretching out. This time as you bend the left knee, we'll bring that right hand around and see if we can hang on to those left toes. Coming back into our table for a breath in and out. We'll take that left arm all the way out in front and that right leg out behind me. Bending the right knee, drawing that left elbow back, connecting. Stretching out, bending the right knee, drawing that left elbow back, connecting. And once again, stretching out. This time as you bend the right knee, bring that left hand around. See if we can hang on to those right toes. Coming back into our table. For a breath in and out. We'll take this right arm out to the side and see if the left leg will join it. We're bending that left knee, straightening our leg, bending that left knee, straightening our leg, and once more bending that left knee and straightening our leg, holding. Coming back into our table. Again, our breath in and out. We'll take this left arm out to the side and see if the right leg will join it. Bending the right knee, straightening my leg. Again, bending the right knee, straightening my leg. And once more, bending that right knee and straightening my leg, holding. Returning back into our table for a breath in and out. When you're ready, tucking your toes, down dog. And we'll start by walking the dog. Right knee forward and back. Left knee forward and back. Just like we're walking. Coming back into our down dog. We'll take that right hand over to the left ankle. Returning back, down dog. Left hand over to the right ankle. Returning back, down dog. And we're bringing that right foot forward as we're inhaling up for that warrior one. Bringing our hands down to the mat, scooting that right foot back, down dog. Left foot forward, inhaling up, warrior one. Bringing our hands down to the mat, scooting that left foot back, down dog. From here, we're going to take it into dolphin. We're going to drop down onto our forearms. Weight is on the right foot, taking the left leg up. Returning back, dolphin. Weight is on the left foot, taking the right leg up. Coming back, dolphin. We're pushing up into our down dog. And we'll do that down dog hop. So right foot has our weight, taking the left leg out behind, then the right leg out behind, and back and forth. Coming back into our down dog. Moving that right foot forward again. Inhaling up for warrior one. Bringing our hands down to the mat. Scooting that right foot back. Down dog. Left foot forward. Inhaling up, warrior one. Bringing both hands down to the mat, scooting that left foot back, down dog. Here we're going to take it into our dolphin, dropping down onto our forearms. Weight is on the right foot, taking the left leg up, coming back into our dolphin. Weight is on the left foot, taking the right leg up, coming back into our dolphin, pushing up into our down dog, and a down dog hop. So we'll take the right leg out behind us, then the left, and back and forth. Coming back into our down dog. Last time in this sequence, bringing that right foot forward, inhaling up, warrior one. Bringing both hands down to the mat, scooting that right foot back, down dog. Left foot forward, inhaling up, warrior one. Bringing both hands down to the mat, taking that left foot back, down dog. We'll drop down onto our forearms for dolphin. Weight is on the right foot, taking the left leg up. Returning back, dolphin. Weight is on the left foot, taking the right leg up. Coming back, dolphin. We're pushing up into our down dog. Here's that down dog hop again. Weight is on the right foot, taking the left leg behind, then the right, and back and forth. Coming back into our down dog. We're walking our feet forward, right behind our hands. Slowly rolling upward, reaching on up. Settling into that mountain position. For that breath in and out. We'll take this into our triangle, right foot forward. Left is behind, stretching our arms out, right hand, right ankle, and the left arm is up. Maybe taking that right arm out to the left side. Bringing both both hands around the right ankle. Looking up, gazing pose. And making our way back up. Stretching our arms out. Left hand, right ankle, and now our right arm is up. Maybe taking that left arm out to the right side. Bringing both hands around the right ankle. Looking up, gazing pose. And making our way back up. Settling into our mountain. For that breath in and out. Triangle other side, left foot forward, right is behind. Stretching our arms out, left hand, left ankle, and the right arm is up. Maybe taking that left arm out to the right side. Bring both hands around the left ankle. Looking up, gazing pose, and making our way back up. Stretching our arms out. Right hand, left ankle, and my left arm is up. Maybe taking that right arm out to the left side. Bring both hands around that left ankle. Looking up, gazing pose. And making our way up. Settling into that mountain. For a breath in and out. When you're ready, here's our sun salutation. Arms overhead. Coming forward into that forward fold. Hands behind our calves. Relaxing our head. Relaxing our neck. Putting our hands in the mat in front of our toes. Taking those hands up to our knees. Down to the mat. Up to our knees. Down to the mat. And once more, up to our knees. And back down to the mat. Leaving the right foot forward, taking the left behind. Here's our lunge. Right palm is down, rotating left arm overhead. Bringing that left hand down, rotating right arm overhead. Bringing that right hand down, we'll turn this into our half moon. Right hand comes forward. We're going to pick up the left leg. Take that left arm up towards the ceiling. Coming back into our lunge. Again, taking that into our half moon. Right hand comes forward. We're taking the left leg up. Left arm up towards the ceiling. Coming back into our lunge. And we'll do one more half moon. Right palm is forward. Taking the left leg up. And the left arm up. Coming back into our lunge. Here's that side angle. Right forearm on the right thigh. Taking the left arm forward. Only thing we're doing is switching our arms. Left forearm, right thigh, right arm forward. And into our reverse warrior. Right hands is below the sun. Bringing both hands together, heart center. Connecting my thumbs between my eyebrows, looking up. Bringing those hands to heart center. And our twist. Left elbow, right knee, turning to the side. And we're putting both hands down by that right foot. We're going to scoot that right foot back into our down dog. Tucking my chin, bringing that left knee forward and holding. Putting the left foot down. tucking my chin, bringing that right knee forward and holding. Putting the right foot down. And we'll take this into our three-legged dog. Weight is on the right foot. We're taking that left leg out behind us. Bending the left knee, turning my hip outward, dropping that foot over my hip. And maybe walking your hands back to see if you can put them around the right ankle. Coming back into our down dog. Three-legged dog, other direction, so weight is on that left foot. We're taking that right leg out behind us. Bending the right knee, turning my hip outward, dropping my foot over my hip. Maybe walking my hands back to see if I can put them around that left ankle. Coming back into our down dog. And we're going to walk our feet back for our plank position. We'll do a couple plank elevators. So dropping down onto our forearms, pushing up into our plank, dropping down onto our forearms, pushing up into our plank. Once more. Dropping down onto our forearms and pushing up into our plank. Holding plank and coming all the way down. And we'll come onto our forearms, taking that breath in and out. Let's bring that left knee beside us, palms down, pushing our chest back, bringing that chest down to the mat. Here we go again, pushing that chest back, bringing that chest down to the mat, and once more, pushing that chest back, bringing our chest down to the mat. We'll take that left leg back behind us. Move that right knee up towards our side. Palms are down. Pushing our chest back. Bringing our chest down to the mat. Here we go again. Pushing back. Chest down to the mat. And once more. Pushing back and bringing that chest down to the mat. We're moving that right leg back behind us, and here's our cobra. Pushing that chest back one more time. Down dog, tucking my toes, back side up. Tucking my chin, bringing that left knee forward and holding. Putting the left foot down. Tucking my chin, bringing that right knee forward and holding. Putting the right foot down. Here's that three-legged dog again. Weight is on the right foot. Taking that left leg out behind me. Bending the left knee, turning my hip outward, dropping that foot over my hip. And maybe walking my hands back to see if I can put them around the right ankle. Coming back into our down dog. Three-legged dog. Other direction, left foot has our weight. Taking that right leg out behind us. Maybe bending the right knee, turning my hip outward, dropping that foot over my hip. Perhaps walking my hands back to see if you can put them around that left ankle. Coming back into our down dog. bring that left foot forward. The right is behind into our lunge. Left palm is down, rotating. Right arm overhead. Bringing that right hand down, rotating. Left arm overhead. Bringing that left hand down. We're going to turn this into our half moon. Left hand comes forward. We're going to pick up the right leg. Take the right arm up. Coming back into our lunge. Here's our half moon again. Left hand is forward. Taking up the right leg and the right arm. Coming back into our lunge. And we'll do one more half moon. Left hand's coming forward. Picking up that right leg. Taking the right arm up. Coming back into our lunge. Here's our side angle, left forearm, left thigh. Taking the right arm forward. Only thing we're doing is switching our arms. Right forearm, left thigh, left arm forward. Into our reverse warrior. Left hand says hello to the sun. Bringing both hands together, heart center. Connecting my thumbs between my eyebrows, looking up. Bringing those hands to heart center. And a twist. Right elbow, left knee, turning to the side. And we're putting both hands down by that left foot. Getting ready, bringing that right foot forward, back into our forward fold. And we're slowly rolling upward, reaching on up. Settling into that mountain position. For our breath in and out. From here we'll come forward into our table and ultimately we're heading over onto our backs. Feet down, knees up, arms wide. For that breath in and out. We'll think about crossing the right knee over the left, and we're going to take both knees off to that left side. Stretching that top leg nice and long. With the right hand, we're reaching around for the toes and the ankle on the bottom. And maybe that left arm comes up towards the ceiling. And unwinding, feet down, knees up, arms wide. We'll take that left leg over the right, and we're taking both knees off to the right side. Stretching that top leg, nice and long. With the left hand reaching around for the toes or the ankle on the bottom. And maybe that right arm comes up towards the ceiling. And we're unwinding, feet down, knees up. Our breath in and out. Let's take that right leg all the way up towards the ceiling. And we're rolling that right ankle, first one way, and then the other. Pulling our toes towards us, pushing them away, towards us, and away. And then we're starting that circle with our right leg. Making that circle go around the other way. Bringing that right leg all the way up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, lowering that right heel halfway between the ceiling and the floor, and holding. As you exhale again, dropping that right heel almost to the mat, not quite there. letting that right heel hover. And as that right heel hovers, we'll bring our hands to heart center, and we're going to roll our chest and our head up, coming into a seated position as that right ankle is hovering. Bringing our torso down, keeping that right ankle hovering. Here we go again. We're going to bring our head and our torso up into that seated position as that right ankle hovers. Bringing our torso down. And one more time as that right ankle hovers, we're going to bring our head and our chest up into that seated position. And bringing our torso down. Here we'll take the right leg all the way up, and with both hands, we're reaching for those right toes. And we're releasing out, feet down, knees up. That breath in and out. We'll take that left leg up towards the ceiling. And we'll roll that left ankle, first one way, and then the other. Pulling my toes towards me, pushing them away, towards me, and away. And then starting that circle with my left leg. Making that circle go around the other way. Taking that left leg all the way up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, lowering that left heel halfway between the ceiling and the floor and holding. As you exhale again, dropping that left heel almost to the mat, not quite there, letting it hover. We'll bring our hands to heart center. And as that left ankle hovers, we're going to bring our torso and our head up into that seated position. Bringing our torso down, left ankle is still hovering. Here we go, bringing our head and our torso up into that seated position. Bringing our torso down, left ankle is still hovering. And we'll do one more. Here we go, bringing our head and our torso up into that seated position. Bringing our torso down. We'll take the left leg all the way up with both hands, reaching for those left toes. And then releasing out, feet down, knees up. We'll do Pilates corkscrews. We're going to take both legs up towards the ceiling. Both legs are going to work together, and we're going to make that nice wide circle. Bring your legs back up towards the ceiling. Taking your breath. And we'll do Pilates corkscrew the other direction. Both legs work together, making that nice wide circle. Bringing your legs back up towards the ceiling. Coming back into our neutral. Feet down, knees up, and we'll roll over and take a moment in child's pose. And from here, we're headed into our Shavasana on our backs. Sponge pose. Beginning with those deep breaths in and out. Inhaling all the way in. And pushing the air all the way out. Seeing if we can extend our inhalation for about 5 seconds, and then push the air out for about 5 seconds. that place, that pause, between our inhalation and our exhalation. Slowly bringing your awareness to your forehead, smoothing out your forehead, relaxing your eyebrows, relaxing that place between your eyebrows. Drawing that relaxation down through your cheeks and into your jaw. Maybe opening your mouth just a little bit as you invite your jaw to relax. Drawing that relaxation down through your neck. And as you exhale, dropping your shoulders, releasing them. Thinking about deepening that space between the bottom of your ears and the tops of your shoulders. Drawing that relaxation down through your arms, into your wrists, softening your hands, releasing your fingers, allowing your thoughts to come and go, bringing that relaxation down through your chest, into your tummy, relaxing your hips, softening your thighs, releasing your knees, lower legs, ankles, and your feet. Continuing to drift and melt. And maybe on today's journey, you find yourself in a valley, noticing the soft green grass underneath your feet, noticing how bright green that grass seems to be. And as you look up behind you, you notice some lofty mountains in the distance. Some of the summits even seem to be covered in white snow. And as you focus on the base of those mountains, you can make out a trail that goes up the side of the mountain. Walking over to that trail and making your way up the side of the mountain. Noticing how easy and effortless it is to make your way up through the switchbacks back and forth as you make your way up towards the top of the mountain. A few more steps and you notice that you've come to the summit. And there's a nice ledge there to sit on, resting on that ledge on the summit. As you look down, you notice how far that valley seems below. Noticing the patterns of greens and browns from the farm fields. A little bit of blue from a stream making its way through that valley. Noticing how close the clouds seem, like you could almost reach out and touch them now. Taking a moment in this beautiful place to see what's meant for you to see on your journey today. back to your breath. Noticing its peaceful, easy rhythm. Making your way back down the trail, back down through those switchbacks back and forth. Noticing all the things you may have missed on the way up. The trees, maybe a few saplings growing here and there. Maybe you notice some rabbits squirring out amongst those small saplings. A squirrel barking from above. A few more steps and you're back into the valley. Once again, noticing how bright the green grass is, how warm the sun feels. Taking a moment to give thanks for whatever comes to mind today. Also taking a moment to think about our intentions, all those good things we'd like to do. Gathering those positive affirmations in our mind. And when we have those intentions gathered together, either in our mind's eye, or we can raise our arms up over our head and send all those good thoughts outward. Taking a deep breath in, exhaling out, reconnecting with our bodies, noticing the rise and fall of our chest as we inhale and as we exhale. Checking in with our fingers, wiggling our fingers, noticing how they feel. Checking in with our toes, wiggling our toes, noticing how they feel. Allowing our senses to bring us back to the room around us. Any sounds in the room, the temperature of the room. Taking a deep breath in, exhaling out. And when you're ready to come back from your journey, only when you're ready to come back, gently sitting up and taking your time. Namaste, Julie. Thank you for being here. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you very much for being
Thank
here.
you. Thank you. How was your week, Jen?
It was better because I wasn't sick this week. So that was the first time that I actually felt decent.
Oh, good.
So it was nice.
So that makes it much nicer.
So I'm glad I'm past all
Oh my goodness.
the hubbub there.
Right, hopefully. Maybe some of our cold weather